So I had a call come in the other day from someone who found me right here on YouTube, and they had a really great question for me. And I kind of figured if they're wondering this, and I haven't answered this well enough at this point for the people who are following along here, I figured I might as well take the time to put this video out and answer this question for everybody, since if they're wondering it, there's got to be more people wondering. They called me to ask why it is that Pittsfield is significantly cheaper than some of these South County areas such as Lenox, Stockbridge, Great Barrington, etc. Which, fantastic question again, by the way. If you're watching this, you know who you are. Thank you for the call. If you're new here, my name is Cameron Volastro. I'm a local real estate expert here in the Berkshires. If you find this useful, please consider subscribing to the channel and following along. I'll be making more content like this. I try to put something out every single week. Anyway, let's hop right into it. So Pittsfield opposed to South County. South County tends to see, and this is probably one of the biggest reasons that we see the big differentiation in prices. South County tends to see a lot more second home ownership in my experience. And this is because of a number of different factors. For starters, just location-wise, it's closer to Boston and New York City. You see, as you go a little further south in the Berkshires, you're getting closer to the freeway, and shaving off that extra, it's about 30 minutes from Pittsfield to get to the freeway, which would connect you over to Boston, the Mass Turnpike, that is. That extra 30 minutes really does mean the world to a lot of these second homeowners. So that definitely drives up the demand in these South County areas, specifically with second homeowners, is they're considering the drive time when they're purchasing their property. Another major reason is Pittsfield is the largest city in the Berkshires. Now, if you're a second homeowner coming from the city, your goal is probably to get away from the city feel. So these smaller communities and these more remote destinations often prove to be much more desirable for someone who is looking to buy a second home and get away from the city. Pittsfield is nothing like, New York or New York City or like Boston. However, the neighborhoods are more suburban, whereas these South County towns are more rural. As you go north of Pittsfield, it gets more rural again, and also as you go more east. But that's where we're getting into that location thing again, where these areas, they're getting much further from these major metros, and it's just getting past that threshold of what people are willing to do in terms of driving for, coming and staying just for the weekend at their second home in the Berkshires. Next, we have the state of Pittsfield's downtown, which in my mind, I would consider the downtown part of Pittsfield to be North Street. Currently, we don't really see a lot of people just walking North Street from shop to shop, or going to a restaurant and then stopping in a store like you would in downtown Lenox. People love to walk around the downtown. Railroad Street in Great Barrington is an amazing spot to walk around. The truth is, the current administration, they're trying to do everything that they can to revitalize Pittsfield. There's a lot of money being invested into the economic redevelopment of Pittsfield. But this is just one of those things that takes time. You see, honestly, a long time ago, before I was even around, Pittsfield did have an incredible walkable downtown scene. People were going to all the shops and walking around North Street, and it was happening there. It hasn't been that for a very long time. Hopefully it becomes that again, but currently that's not the state of North Street, which I think that's detrimental to some of the real estate values as well. The South County downtowns are just really quaint and lovely, and it's also another one of those things too where Pittsfield may feel a bit more industrial as opposed to some of these South County communities that just overall feel more rural, where in some of these towns you have the little general store, you have the smaller grocery store, and all of that going on. I mean, the second homeowners, they're trying to get away. They don't want to come to just another city or metro or whatever you want to call it. Anyway, this is a bit shorter of a video, but I just figured that if one person's wondering what is going on with this, I thought I could just answer the question for everybody else. If you have any questions about the real estate market here in the Berkshires, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. All of my contact information is available below. If you found this content helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you can follow along. I'll be continuing to do different community tours videos on this channel, market updates, and answering questions just like this here, along with all different forms of things all about the Berkshires. So if you're interested in the Berkshires and you found the channel helpful, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.